Talk Rosa. Speak with power.
Grow your English every hour.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Talk Rosa channel. I'm Rosa, and I'm so happy you're joining us today for another conversation.
And I'm James. It's great to be here. How are you doing today, Rosa? You look very energized.
I feel great, James. I had a very productive morning. I woke up early, went for a short run, and had a delicious breakfast. How about you?
Honestly, I'm a little tired. I stayed up way too late last night watching a documentary about space. It was fascinating, but now I'm paying for it with a very large cup of coffee.
Oh, I've been there. But that's actually perfect, James. You just used some great language to describe things that already happened.
Did I? I guess I did. I said I stayed up and it was fascinating.
Exactly. And that is exactly what we are talking about today on Talk Rosa. We want to help our listeners feel comfortable talking about the past, not in a boring grammar lesson kind of way, but in a way that feels natural in a real conversation.
That's good, because when I started learning languages, the past tense always felt like a scary mountain to climb. All those irregular verbs.
It can feel that way, but if we just treat it like storytelling, it becomes much easier. So, James, let's start simple. Tell me more about your day yesterday. What did you do?
Yesterday, let me think. Well, I worked from home in the morning. I wrote a few emails, and then I had a meeting with my boss.
I worked, I wrote, I had. Perfect. Did anything interesting happen during your lunch break?
I went to that new Italian deli down the street. I saw my neighbor there, so we sat together and talked for a bit. I ate a massive meatball sub. It was incredible.
That sounds delicious. See, you're just telling a story. You used went, saw, sat, talked, and ate. Listeners, notice how James didn't worry about the rules. He just focused on what happened.
It feels natural when I'm just chatting with you. But Rosa, what about longer periods of time? Like if I want to talk about my childhood or a trip I took a long time ago.
It's the same idea. For example, last year I traveled to Portugal. I stayed in a small village by the ocean. I felt so relaxed there. Every morning I walked down to the beach and watched the sunrise.
That sounds amazing. I've never been to Portugal. I went to Japan 3 years ago, though. I loved the food there. I think I ate ramen every single day.
Only every day? I would have eaten it twice a day.
True. But wait, Rosa, I have a question. Sometimes I hear people say, I used to, like I used to play guitar. When do we use that?
That's a great question. We use I used to for things we did regularly in the past, but we don't do anymore. It's great for talking about childhood or old habits. For example, I used to have very long hair when I was a teenager.
Oh, I see. So I could say, I used to live in a very small apartment, but now I live in a house.
Precisely. Or, I used to hate broccoli, but now I love it. It shows a change between the past and now.
I definitely used to hate broccoli too. My mom always tried to hide it in my pasta.
Moms are very good at that. James, let's try a little role play for our listeners. Let's pretend we haven't seen each other in a few weeks and we're catching up at a cafe.
I love a good role play. Let's do it. I'll start.
Ready when you are.
Rosa, it's been ages. How have you been? What did you do last weekend?
Oh, hey, James. I've been busy, but good. Last weekend was actually really fun. I went hiking with some friends on Saturday. We found this beautiful trail in the mountains.
Wow, was it difficult?
A little bit. My legs felt like jelly by the end of the day, but the view was worth it. We took so many photos. What about you? Did you stay in the city?
Yeah, I stayed here. I actually finally finished painting my spare bedroom. It took much longer than I expected.
Oh, nice. What color did you choose?
I went with a soft blue. It looks much better than the old yellow. After I finished, I felt so tired that I just ordered pizza and watched a movie.
That sounds like a perfect Saturday night to me. Did you see anything good?
I watched that new mystery film everyone is talking about. I didn't really like the ending, though. It felt a bit rushed.
Really? I saw that last week and I actually liked the ending. I thought it was a surprise.
Well, we can agree to disagree on that one.
Fair enough. Okay, let's pause the role play there. James, you used some great phrases there, like it took, I went with, I felt, and I watched.
It's interesting how often we use the past tense without thinking about it. Almost every conversation involves telling someone what happened recently.
Exactly. If you want to connect with people in English, you need to be able to share your experiences, whether it's what you did yesterday or where you grew up.
So, Rosa, for friends listening at home, what are some key phrases they can practice right now?
Let's do a quick recap. First, when you want to talk about a finished action, use the simple past.
Like, I went, I saw, I ate, or I worked.
Right. And if you want to describe how you felt, you just say, I felt, followed by the emotion. I felt happy, I felt tired, I felt nervous.
And don't forget I used to for those old habits or situations that changed. I used to live in London, or I used to play soccer every weekend.
Also, pay attention to time markers. They help the listener understand when things happened. Use words like yesterday, last week, a month ago, or when I was a child.
That makes it much clearer. It's like setting the stage for your story.
Exactly. And listeners, don't worry if you forget an irregular verb sometimes. If you say I eated instead of I ate, people will still understand you. The most important thing is to keep talking and keep sharing your stories.
That's true. I still make mistakes sometimes, and that's okay. The more you use these words in real conversations, the more natural they become.
Well said, James. I think we've covered a lot today. I hope this helps everyone feel a bit more confident when they talk about their lives.
I certainly feel more confident. And I think I'm going to go use the past tense right now to tell my friend about this great podcast we just recorded.
Perfect timing. Well, that's all for today's episode on Talk Rosa.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed this conversation, please make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Yes, please like the video and leave a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Tell us, what did you do last weekend? Use the past tense in your comment so we can see your progress.
We read all the comments, so don't be shy. We can't wait to see what you guys have been up to.
Thanks for watching and keep practicing your English. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye, everyone. See ya.